What's good, family? Welcome to another episode of Bossa on Smokez. I got my boys over here. I got my boy over here, Herb. I got my other boy over here, Coach Seti. And you already know Brother Mar, you know Brother Ty. We back at it again, y'all. So today we got very, very special segment. We got two of the best coaches in Long Beach. I don't care what nobody says, you know, they're real genuine dudes. I'm gonna let them introduce themselves because I feel like someone can introduce themselves better than anybody else. We'll start with you, Herb. Let the people know who you are, what you're about, man.
Coach Herb, man, we were Frontline. That means family for y'all that don't know. But all it's about teaching these kids, man, giving them better opportunity. We teach basketball, but most importantly, we're mentors.
Mm-hmm.
Teach the kids how to actually go out there and push to be better in life. That it is more than sports. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's basically it, man. You will get into all the details.
We'll get deep with it now. About you, Coach, let them know about you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep, Coach Seth, man, Long Beach, Wilmington, stand up. You already know, but we take care of everybody. Every city, don't matter where your kids from. Bring them, we take care of them.
So we're going to start it off with a couple shout-outs. You know, I want to start out with, everyone that served in the military. I want to throw a shout-out to them, salute to them, you know what I'm saying? My pops did 20 years. Coach Seti, he was in the service, you know what I mean? His father was in the service, so we all,
brother, sister.
We all, military family oriented,
Yes,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes,
all of us. His brother was in the service, so, big shout-out to them for real. And all the first responders during this whole COVID, I want to give them a shout-out too.
Thank you.
For everything they're doing out there on the front line. Some of them actually getting sick and actually, they're the ones giving their lives to help us out. So I want to give their thanks too, give them their flowers while they're still here. And also, it's the last month of 2020. I want to have a whole new mindset. I think we all at this table want to have a brand new, better mindset because we're not, tomorrow's not promised for it, you know what I'm saying? We got a lot of stuff that happened, a lot of deaths in the family, a lot of fear tactics been portrayed on us, from the higher ups and all the way down. So 2021 is going to be a whole new year. We're going strong on a better new mindset. And also, I want to take a moment of silence for all the ones that we lost this year, or the ones that, are going through those hard times. I want to take a moment of silence and, just, think about them real quick. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it straight, man. So, Coach Herb, man.
Yes, sir.
How you been, my brother, man? Y'all don't understand. This is one of my mentors when I came back from Alabama to Cali. Like, I remember going with my pops to the VA hospital, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And I seen this man running around, parking cars and stuff. He was working. I'm like, damn. I just came back to Cali from Bama. I needed a job. And I'm seeing him running around. I'm like, maybe he needs some help. I got some experience. Chopped it up with him real quick. Even though he was busy, like, give me a second. I'm run into the office and talk to the manager or grab the application. I was like, say less. And I pulled over to the side. He went and did that for me real quick. And then we've been cool ever since. Like, got me the job. He been helping me out, giving me some game for real. And he's just a real genuine dude. But I want to ask you about coaching-wise. What's your philosophy on coaching? Like, what made you want to become a coach through all these years and what you seen, your experience? Because you went to college, right?
Yeah.
You played
yes,
ball,
sir.
right?
Played college ball.
Yes. So you got a little bit of background with the sport and all that, but it's like, what makes you want to take that next level and being a coach and showing these kids the right way?
Well, ultimately, I looked at it as when I played ball, I had homeboys, I had cousins that didn't have that support.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So some of them didn't get to go further.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them had to choose the street life, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
And for me, I understood having family or coaches or trainers and homeboys and friends in the stands,
Right.
how much harder it made me play, how proud it made me feel.
Yeah. I feel that.
And so as we got older, you know what I'm saying, and me and Seth go back since we was kids.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so we've seen that.
Yeah.
And then so growing up, our kids are around the same age, a few months off,
Mm-hmm.
but we start seeing other kids, their teammates, and we don't see their parents, or they don't have a support system, or it may be one parent. You know what I mean? And they got to do all the working.
Yeah.
So they ain't got time to be there for the practices and be there for the games.
Yeah.
So then we took on the mentor, the uncle, the daddy role type of thing.
Yeah.
And you see with just a little bit of support, what it'll do to the kids, how much harder to get them to work.
Right. Okay.
And how much success they get just by knowing that somebody caring, somebody there, and pushing them and supporting them.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And so that's ultimately what
drives you.
What drives me to keep going, because we got different age groups.
Mm-hmm.
So although our boys is juniors in high school, we got 14, 12s, 10s, 9s.
Yeah.
Like all these younger kids that's coming up behind them, and they got the same bright-eyed, like, coach, tell me what to do. Like, I want to be here just for y'all and get better and stuff like that. So that's, for me, that's what drives me to keep going.
Okay.
And that's what made coaching good for me.
Okay. And Coach said, man, kind of like the same question. But first off, man, this man right here know how to cook some good chicken. I forgot to throw that out there. Shout out to Coach Seti's chicken, man. Y'all just
already know my cousin's grill.
Man, it's the truth. I'm trying to tell you. But like Coach Seti, man, I know you and her go way back, but like, what inspired you to be a coach? So thank you for your service too, by the way.
Man, yeah. Shout out to all my vets, man, and those that are still serving.
Yes, sir.
Man, but Herb kind of explained majority of what pushed me to become a coach. Well, from experience, just giving back to these young athletes.
Right.
You know, something that we didn't have growing up,
Mm-hmm.
and a lot of time from the areas and the community that we come from, we can't afford travel ball.
Right.
Yeah, we can't pay $200, $300 to be a part of a team.
Right.
So my thing was, man, like me and Coach Herb is like, if we can give back to these kids, figure out a way to sponsor them, set up fundraisers, and give them the same opportunity and the platform that everybody else is getting.
Right.
Now, everybody's going to be looking at these kids from the inner city and be like, man, you know what? It doesn't matter where these kids come. You know, talent is talent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these guys are paying to get trained for the same thing that we're giving these kids that are just showing up because it's there.
Right.
It's already there. So not only that we want to give back, like, and just in basketball, but hopefully they take what it is that they learn from what we teach them and translate that to life lessons.
Yeah. Right.
Because most of the kids we deal with, man, are like Coach Herb says, they're affiliated with gangs, you know, just the street life, single parent homes, you know, broken homes, like stuff like that. Don't have much, probably don't even get a meal on an everyday basis.
Right.
So what pushes me and drives me is to always give back, find these type of kids that we can give back to, and hopefully in the future make see these kids go on and become successful.
Learn something
that we installed in them.
Right.
There you go. And kind of to add on to that, as coaches, like, what do you guys, like, how do you guys discipline these kids? Like, what type of little tactics y'all use on the court and off the court? Like, say you see a kid, you know, he's going through some things, and you see him lash out on a ref. Like, how do you deal with that when it's on the court? Or say, for example, a kid not going to school or not doing his homework. Like, how would you guys coach them or mentor them? Like, what kind of advice would you give to that young boy or girl? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, we have boys and girls, so
that's the thing. I like that too. Like, I don't discriminate with nothing. Like,
and of course, with girls, you know what I'm saying. Some of them are a little more emotional than the boys, so it's a different approach with them.
Right.
But on a court, when they lash out, we got enough coaches like-minded, and at the end of the day, it's still about teaching lessons.
Right.
So regardless on the frustration you may have due to on the court or off the court, you can't lash out at your teammates or the ref.
Okay.
Mainly the ref. The ref is a grown man or woman.
Right.
We grown.
Right.
So in that process, I'm gonna teach you still how to, frustrated or not, how to respect that your elder.
Right.
That grown up. So it's okay for me and Coach Set to get a tech.
Yeah, I seen that. I ain't gonna lie, though. This part,
You know what I'm saying?
I seen Coach Herb go dumb on a couple
Yeah.
runs, but I ain't gonna lie. But I feel him though,
because at the end of the day, let me talk to that grown man or let me talk to that grown up. And if it's gonna be any disrespect, let it be amongst us.
Right.
Because it's not on them to lose their job or lose money because you disrespected them, so they feel like they gotta protect themselves and save their pride and disrespect the child.
Right.
Because then it's like a snowball effect. So now that child, the parent in the bleachers, now they feel like, oh, you went at my kid, I got to go at you, and it blows up. Whereas me as a coach, I'm gonna talk my mess. It is what it is.
I feel that though. Yeah.
And if you kick me out, we got Coach Seti on the bench.
Right.
But now if you kick out one of my players, we don't have that player no more.
Right.
So we lose that. As coaches, we got the same coaching strategy. We got the same mentality. So we ain't going to lose it.
Right.
If I go or he go, we still got a coaching staff.
Okay.
So in a way, it still teaches them that regardless on frustration, anger, you still got to manage it and don't lash out. Okay. And that's on the court. Off the court, we have we come up with certain drills to make it seem like fun, but really you're running your ass off. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they kids, so they focus on the fun part,
right?
But don't realize we done made them run about 2-3 miles already.
That's good.
So just little drills, and me and Coach said, like I said, it's coaching. Overall, it's coaching, but we take it more as mentorship.
Right. Okay.
So we'll pull you off to the side,
right,
and talk to you and see what's going on and stuff like that,
right,
and give you the pros and cons on what you're doing, how it's helping the team, and how it's hurting the team.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, it's still a learning experience. Basketball, that's just a game.
Yeah. Right.
You go play that, but life is for real.
Right. Sure.
You got to live that. And so if you go out there thinking life is a game, you got a rude awakening. So our job is mainly to make sure that we can give them as many life lessons as possible before they got to go out in the world and live and be grown men and grown women. You're not going to get pat on your back every time. Like sometimes you can do everything right and it still don't work out good for you. We can go out there and run every play, but that don't mean you go win.
Right. Just
because you ran the play right.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you got to be able to take the good with the bad and understand how to decipher it so you can grow.
Like that adversity.
Right.
Understand that
adversity. Because that's what we grew up with. So that's all I can give you. Like, I can't give you what it's like to have a silver spoon in your mouth.
Right.
I wasn't brought up that way. Coach Seti wasn't brought up that way.
Right.
We really got it out the mud.
I want to kind of open on that a little bit, elaborate on that a little bit. Like, explain to the people how Long Beach is. For people that don't know, they probably seen like Snoop and all that, seen all the gangs and all that, but y'all lives here, y'all blood, sweat, and tears on this soil right here. This is y'all home. Like, let the people know like how bad it could be, but also how beautiful it can be out here. Because you got a lot of stereotypes out here going on in Long Beach right now.
Yeah.
And then I know for a fact right now there's a lot of stuff going on in Cali in general with the gang violence and all that stuff, and it's the youngins. That's why I wanted y'all to come on the podcast, because y'all still consistent with doing y'all little your little programs with these kids and actually doing fundraisers and going to different states, doing travel bars.
Yeah.
Y'all just came back from Arizona, you know what I'm saying? During the COVID, you know what I'm saying? So imagine if it wasn't a lockdown. I know y'all have been all over the place, you know what I'm saying? And then just let the people know, like, how was y'all upbringing in this city? And like, how do y'all like get through it,
Well, for me, I originally grew up, when I moved here to the States, man, I grew up in Wilmington and Pedro.
Okay.
But majority of my family lived in Long Beach. So when I actually commuted to Long Beach and I stayed, as soon as I moved to Long Beach, I never moved back.
Yeah.
So west side of Long Beach has always been my side of Long Beach, but Long Beach in general, man, is just so diverse that you get every ethnic background that you can think of. Cambodians, like you got the Filipinos, the blacks, the Mexicans, the Samoans, you got the Tongans. Like, I mean, every race you can think of, man, is there in Long Beach. And because of that, like, you get a lot of mixed groups. You got a lot of different gangs. You got cities that are right outside of Long Beach that come out and, you know, they'll test you sometimes.
Yeah.
You know, but Long Beach, man, like if you're not from Long Beach and you're in the wrong area in Long Beach and they don't know you, they'll know that you're not from the city. Yeah. And a lot of times they know what part of the city you're from just by how you act, who you hang out with, and stuff like that. So
I could be a victim of that. Everywhere I went in Long Beach, man, where you from?
Yeah.
And I started talking like,
the certain colors you wear on certain sides of Long Beach dictates where you're from. A lot of times the street that you hang out with, that, you know, that's your block. So, but it's crazy because a lot of us, we grew up together. But as we get older, then everybody tends to split up, and then now what we used to be as friends now become adult enemies. But we still got that mutual respect for each other, as adults. Okay. Because at the end of the day, as you get older, you become a little wiser. You're like, man, it's about my kids. Right. This gang bang stuff ain't it. Right. You know, so I mean, I'm Samoan, so you know, a lot of Samoan gangs out in Long Beach, and a lot of mixed groups out there. You know, they go out in a big community of Samoans from Carson City that's like right next door. Yeah. And then one city where I came from, you know, that's our other neighbors. So coming up in Long Beach is hard, man. Like basically you had to survive on your own. Yeah. You know, if you wanted to play on the sports team, you had to be good enough to even make the Parks and Recs team. Yeah. Park and Recs back in the days is almost like travel ball for us. Yeah. Like if you wasn't good, we ain't messing with you. Like, nah, you ain't coming on the court. Don't even touch the basketball. Yeah. Don't even put on shoes. We come sticking up here now.
That's where it started from. Okay. That's where it started from. So like how you got your name out there in the streets came from Park and Rec.
There you go.
Like BNBL. Like where we from, we got a league called BNBL. Like you can play in that for like, I think the fees for that probably like $50. You get a shirt and some bullshit. But everybody from the hood was on the BNBL team. Yeah. You feel me? So that's how I be knowing most of the killers from my city. We play sports. Yeah. So I understand it.
And so like
that's all on the East Coast.
Everybody had, like, depending on what neighborhood you was from, you had your park.
Right.
Basically.
You know what I'm saying? So when you was at that park, everybody knew where you was from, like what area you was from. But when it came to the park league, we played every park. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now for us from Long Beach, whether you from Kings, Cal Rec, Silverado, whatever, when you played those parks, if you went and did your thing, now those cats from that city or from that area of the city know who you are, so they get to talk.
Your name is better.
Yeah. And so you going from park to park playing, and shit, we had basketball, football, baseball, we did it all. Our era was getting out the house. This new era is staying in the house.
See, that's
they already quarantined. We was out of that. We wanted to be out the house.
We was out the house by 9 in the morning.
Yeah, and coming in that night.
So the street lights come on.
Then the street lights come on. You knew you had to hurry up and get home unless you was getting in that ass whooped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that's how Long Beach was, and so you got that respect, and you start to understand each other. And so how it helped us, correlate to basketball. When you get on a basketball court, teammate or not, whatever your race is, we plan to win. So we're a family, we're a team.
Right.
So with Long Beach, you growing up with all these different races, it was like a pot of gumbo. It was everything there. When you get on the court, for us, for sports, we played football together the whole 9. Right. We never looked at each other race. I never looked at him as a Samoan. He never looked at me as a black man.
Right.
Like we was just brothers.
Right.
Like that's a teammate. Like that's been my brother since we was little. Ain't nothing nobody can say about it.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So when it came to sports, that's what opened our minds to that.
Right.
And so then now we can get out in the streets. I don't care if you with your homeboys or not. If you ride by one of my brothers, hey, nah, that's out.
Right. That's how it is.
Because it's more loyalty there than anybody else.
Right.
Because I've known this cat since we was little.
Sandbox.
I know what he stand for.
Right.
I know what he about. So you're not about to bring the BS over there and mess up this man's life.
Right.
Go over there and do that with the ones that's doing that.
Mm-hmm.
But that's how it helped with basketball, because then now when you look at our program, we got every race.
Yeah.
We got blacks, we got whites, we got Filipinos, we got Samoans, we got Mexican, so we got everything.
Mm-hmm.
And it's all family. So when we go out to these games and stuff, if anything outside of basketball happens and we all turn up, you don't know who with who, because we all the melting pot. It's that whole pot of gumbo. And again, we preach family.
Right.
So everybody coming. So you mess with one, you're getting everybody.
Right. Family strong.
And that's how you get the family strong.
We had some battles, man. I mean, because we play against a lot of teams, man. They got no minorities.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And they always look at us like we've got called names. They've got white fans calling our kids thugs.
Really?
Street kids, homeless kids.
Did y'all stop them?
I mean, we do what we do, man. It's,
Beat them on the court.
Yeah.
No, man, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, you handle this, but like,
we do both.
as a coach, how do you,
Yeah.
as a coach, how
Yeah,
do
we do both.
how do you guys like? Because I remember that happened to me when I was playing. You know what I'm saying? They would call me bad. Well, I'm like, oh, we look like this. And
Yeah,
this,
I mean, you get
you get little names,
called,
and it's
little
about
racist.
grown people.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, as coaches, how do you react when you see your kid being called that? You see what I'm saying? Like, I know you want to jump across the room and go upside.
We usually try to deal with the adult on the coach's level. Me, I'm more like the mellow one. I look at everything as a business.
Right. Okay.
But then again, the street side always comes out when
When it's time to come
When it
out.
go a little too far.
When it goes too far. But that's why we connect so well, is that sometimes he got to be the bad guy and I got to remain the good guy.
Mm-hmm.
Or I got to be the bad guy and he got to be the
It's that
the
yin and
opposite.
yang.
Yeah.
Gotta have
It
that
has to
balance.
be that way in order for the kids to kind of see, like, all right, maybe we should do what coach is doing, but at the same time, now I want to do what the other coach is doing, do it right.
There you go.
But the first thing that we always tell our kids is, when it goes back to that discipline question you had, we always tell them when we go to games, man, in order to get a scholarship, you got to know how to remain calm. You got to keep your composure. It's your character that they come and look at besides your skills.
Right.
Mhm.
So if you act out, that scout that may have been in there watching you play may have walked out just because you said an F word. You may have do a swing at somebody, like little things. So that's why your attitude, all that matters when you got scouts coming to look at you. Because ain't nobody want to give you a full scholarship and then knowing that you're going to mess it up the first,
Right.
first week or two that you show up. Yeah, you wasting it.
You a liability.
Yeah,
You're not
you
an asset.
You're
Right,
liability.
right,
So
right.
that's why we always tell our kids, let us deal with the BS and the adults.
Because we ain't looking for no scholarship. I'm grown. I ain't getting no scholarship. Yeah. So I'm going to give you what I can. But if things go left, let me go
Let me
left.
get some. Yeah.
I'm going to get it. And then that way y'all still get your scholarship and you keep your composure. Because if I'm a scout, I'm reading body language. I want to see how you look when you're doing good, when y'all doing bad, when you're not getting calls, when you are getting calls, when people nitpicking with you, calling you names, little cheap shots and stuff like that. Because when it comes to the top tier in college coaching, that's their livelihood.
Yeah.
They make it miss.
So I probably only get 5 scholarships.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So if I'm gonna offer your kid this scholarship, I need to make sure your kid go come out and do what he needs to do, and regardless of the circumstances of the game, because the top tier levels, those fans is ruthless.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They go Google. They go see some spam accounts to follow you on all of the Instagram and stuff like that, and be real disrespectful.
Right.
talk about your dead mom, your dead fish, everything.
Yeah.
Just to get a reaction to sidetrack you from the game because they want to win. So you have to be able to keep your composure.
Right.
And so with that, that's just in basketball, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I can get these kids, if we can get these kids at a young age to understand that, now we're not selling no false dreams. We're not telling these kids, oh, y'all gonna make it.
Right.
Because you're not. But the lessons that we teach y'all, if y'all get it now, when you go out in life and you gotta work a regular 9 to 5, or say you're an entrepreneur, you running your own business, and you got cats working for you, you still got to understand that you're working with different personalities and stuff like that.
Right.
So just because this worker ain't doing what he's supposed to do and this rubbing you the wrong way, you can't blow up on him.
Right.
Because it's a business.
Right.
So you got to pull that worker to the side and figure out what's going on.
Right.
And the most success is if you treat it like a family and you respect one another. You know what I'm saying? Because, and for us, for the program, we teach family to respect one another. Right. That we can, as brothers, we can go at it as much as we want.
Okay.
Damn near go to blows.
Right. That's family.
That's family.
That's family.
But what? The other cat, nah.
Don't do it. Nah.
Don't do that. Don't do that. I don't care if me and you ain't like each other all week.
Right. But always protect your brother. Though.
Come this weekend, if anybody disrespects you, they disrespected me too.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I mean? That family, that understanding. And that's what we want to keep putting out there for these kids, because a lot of them, again, from where we come from in Long Beach, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
a lot of us didn't get that mentorship.
Right.
So we all walking around with a chip on our shoulder.
Yeah.
And when we feel like that chip is being knocked off or being tested, we want to react. And most of it go end us in 2 places.
Right.
Dead or locked up.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not what we want the kids to. So because we was able to make it out,
right, we
want to give back and try to help them make it out, and at least put it in their mind. At least if you can stop and think, you get in a situation as one of these minors, and just the fact that you stopped and thought, is this worth it?
Right. That's still something.
If I do this and get in trouble, I can't play my game this weekend.
Right.
We done our job.
There you go. Drink to that right there. I'll take a drink to that.
Like, we done our job, and that's what it's about.
Cheers, my brothers. I like that right there. I got a little funny question I want to ask y'all too. Now I know y'all seen that high school football player.
Oh man.
Go upside the head of that referee. How do y'all feel about that? I didn't see the play before. I didn't see what happened. All I did was see this young bud.
Say one thing about that.
It's not
I know
fun to
when
take
I
that.
played JUCO football, if you put your hands on a ref, you get 60 months. You do the math, that's like 5 years. His career is over. It's over.
Yeah, I think he's doing time too. I seen his mugshot. It's just, so stay your hands off these refs. Unless you're that quarterback and was celebrating and actually whacked the ref by accident. Accidents happen. Just don't go.
No intentional.
No intention. Don't do that to nobody when you're playing a sport. Because like Coach Herb and Coach Seti said, it's not good for you. It's not a good look on you. It's not good on your resume.
It's a character flaw.
You know what I'm saying? It's something that I know how to piss you off. That's all it takes. Something little like that, oh, you're mad. So it's like, okay, I'm just going to throw that in the trash. I don't need him in my organization. That's why I like what y'all brothers doing.
Yeah.
Y'all started.
You can have 20 years of doing good and have a 5-minute hiccup, a bad.
Yeah.
And that 20 minutes is done. That 20 years is done.
It's over. Yeah.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying? And I hate that brother did all that.
Man,
Yeah.
that was not
Because he lost control.
Yeah.
But again, those are the lessons that we try to teach the kids.
Yeah.
Because
I think that happened because it has something to do with the coach.
yeah,
Like you
most
know
definitely.
how your player reacts. You already know how mad he gets. How did you let him
Right
on the sideline run all the way on the field with his helmet off and then go beside the ref's head?
There's a video that just went viral I seen last night, right?
Yeah.
So it's Pop Warner coach.
Oh, yeah,
Little
slapping
kid
his
come out. He's slapping the kid, all this stuff, then knock the kid on the ground the whole nine because he upset.
Yeah.
And later on, he want to apologize.
In front of the whole world. Yeah, I see that.
But what are you teaching the kids?
Right.
It's all about winning for a lot of these coaches.
That regardless, it's about winning.
Yeah.
There was some youngins too.
Like, yeah, looked like they was about 9, 10 years old.
The crazy thing was the kid wasn't even his.
Yeah.
Oh, see, look, that's
Feel me? So now you got to deal with that kid parents.
right.
And then now what about the other, is Pop Warner, so you got other kids. So what about the other 30, 40 more kids and parents that you got to, it's bad for business.
And you got to answer to that organization.
And what? Because the kid possibly made a mistake in the game?
Yeah.
So ultimately he's not thinking, but you're telling him that if you make a mistake in life, that it's okay to react that way.
Right.
For instance, with all the stuff going on with the police and the Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm.
So if I make a mistake and I didn't signal at the stop sign, you're teaching me that it's okay and it's understandable for this cop to beat my ass.
Right.
All because I didn't signal, because I made a mistake.
Right.
So that kid made a mistake in the game and you smack him upside his helmet, you grab his face mask and throw him to the ground and stuff like that. Like, in his mind, he probably wasn't thinking that far off, but look at what you're teaching the child.
Right.
They're here to learn. Like,
that's not an adult. That's a child.
They're here because of you. Like everybody want to do good.
Mm-hmm.
So if he made a mistake as an individual, I'm mad at myself because I made the mistake. Right. So I'm already down on myself. I don't need you to be down on me like that.
A mentor figure.
And then and then you're embarrassing me in front of all my peers.
And family, everybody.
That's the peers though.
But that's the thing with why we do what we do for a lot of the kids in our programs. They come from a background like that.
Yeah.
You know, to come from a background like that and to come into our program and for us to turn on and do the same thing that they get in their home, man, they just gonna go right back to the streets and like, man, I might as well just go.
Mm-hmm. That's what's gonna make them more ruthless. I tell people that's how you breed killers, man.
I'm gonna go be a killer. I'm gonna go slang some weed, sell drugs. You know,
and it might sound crazy, but that's what they think. Like, that's the adolescent mind. A lot of people don't know what these kids be going through. Cause me personally, I'm from Baltimore City. I done had friends or teammates where I knew their mother. I seen their mother and father selling their shit on the corner because they were strung out. But, you know, I'm telling you, man. So that right there, I'm glad they banned him from that league because that's uncalled for. You don't never put your hands on nobody, kids. You not even talk to them a certain way. Pull them to the side. Let them know, like, it's okay. Because like you said, when kids make mistakes, they beat themselves up more.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because they don't want to let us down. They don't want to let their parents down. They don't want to let their coaches down. So it's like when you talk to them that way, or you just show them and tell them like, look, it's okay. But next time, I need you to stay disciplined. Like, don't make that mistake no more. Like, it's gonna happen, but don't have a short-term memory so it won't happen again.
Yeah. And see, we get it the most as well because our sons play together.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So you know what I'm saying. So of course, there's more expectations for our kids,
right?
For our sons, but at the same time, we got to understand that it's more pressure as well.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah.
Because your dad, the coach.
Yep.
You should know all this like the back
so
of your hand.
we get them during practice time.
Mm-hmm.
You get them 24/7.
Right.
So you should be better, or you shouldn't make the mistakes that we made. So it's that type of pressure already on them.
Right.
So when they have a bad game or whatever, like, we can't be so quick to jump on them.
Right.
So I got a situation with my son, you know, Corelli, he's pretty good, right? But it's times that in a game, he's used to hearing my voice because, again, he got me 24/7.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So in a timeout or during the game, I can tell him to do something and it don't resonate, it don't click.
Mm-hmm.
But Brandon, being that this is my brother since we was young, hey, look, we both talking about it like he need to do this, but he not catching on because it's coming from me. So I tell him, all right, so look, I'm going to sub him out, send him your way.
Okay.
So I would sub him out, and then Coach Seti talked to him.
There you go.
Tell him the exact same thing I'm saying.
Yeah.
But it resonates. Like, it clicks.
Because he heard it from somebody
It's
else.
somebody
Yeah,
else.
somebody else.
You know what I'm saying? So,
That's how I
again, it's to make sure that you're giving them these life lessons within basketball.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't take it as just, I got 40 minutes of basketball and I just got to go out here and coach.
Right.
Like, we really looking at each game as a life.
Right.
This lifetime, I can give you life lessons in this 40 minutes.
Yeah.
That'll stick with you. We 36, I'm finna be 37, and Coach O'Toole we had when we was in the 7th grade. 7th grade, and that's still our favorite coach.
Shout out to Coach.
Coach O'Toole.
Shout out. Hey.
He gave us life lessons that to this day we carry.
Yeah.
That out of all the good coaches I had, like Coach O'Toole was my guy. So it gives us that to make us want to keep going and make sure we're that type of coach. That when these kids are growing and running their own families, that it's lessons we gave them that they can pass on.
Right.
Yeah, tell him he a white man.
Yeah, anyway.
Shout out to that coach.
O'Toole, Coach Dave O'Toole.
Yeah, Big Dave.
Like,
Guy right there.
Man,
What, basketball coach?
yeah, basketball. He did basketball,
teacher.
football, PE,
Yeah,
the whole
he
nine.
like
Stevens
kids.
middle school, junior Jackrabbits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He basically coached a lot of the guys that are in the pros right now that came out of Long Beach Poly. Shout out to Long Beach Poly.
Yes, sir.
It's a lot of players. Deshaun Jackson.
High school that produces the most professional athletes. And they straight out of Long Beach.
That's what's up, man.
Even though we Cabrillo High School alumni, but still shout out to Long Beach Poly. Always representing, always pushing out those athletes and getting scholarships.
Lovely, beautiful thing, man.
I got a couple kids over there right now, so that's why I can't hate.
Hey, man, I tell people all the time, like, y'all school and structure out here is way different, but it's like, it's beautiful. Cause like I said, y'all have, it's so many, it's every culture out here, you know. And Baltimore is mainly black, you know. We got some Mexican, but like I say, they got their little area. Yeah. They got their little area they stay in, but we run the city most of it. Baltimore is mainly black, so it's like y'all setup here is different, and I like it. You know, it's more family oriented and it's more structured in its rules. So I really like everything y'all doing here. You know, the basketball program. I remember when I first started going to the practices.
Yeah,
this shit is lit. I'm like, these little kids running the hell out of me, man.
Oh man, they were whooping my ass.
Yeah, they was.
I can't miss the layups. I can't make a layup to save my life, yo. They were talking about me. Kids talking about me.
Yeah.
Like, man,
Hey, but you work hard.
Yeah.
got to.
Ty, that was on some real shit. So when we first met at the VA,
Yeah.
we had talks, whatever. I just seen it as a young brother trying to get on.
Yeah.
I knew my situation when I needed to get on, and Doggy looked out for me.
Yeah.
So I was just paying it forward. But when we talked our initial conversation, I seen it in your eyes that you was a hard worker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, regardless on what you need me to do, I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna do it.
Right.
And I'm gonna do it to the best of my ability.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I may not be the best at it, but I'm gonna give you my best.
Right.
That's his attitude, period.
I can't help
everything.
Shout
And
out to Pops, man.
and that's why we made sure, shout out to Pops.
Yes,
I love you, Pops.
Mm-hmm.
But Pops instilled that, and that's how he was at the VA.
Yeah.
Every time I dealt with him, that's how he was. You seen it, you felt his presence.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's how it was at the VA. So then once it came to Frontline, that's why I was like, hey, Coach said we can bring Ty over.
Yeah.
And he can run around with the kids, because shit, by this time we getting older. I can't be running around with you like this. It hurt. it takes about 2-3 days to recover.
Hey, you had a shot though. I ain't gonna lie, you still got that shot though.
You don't lose that.
You know what I'm saying? And so we just kept going with that, and it's been that way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And part of that, and that's what we take from the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Like, those are the kids that that we love on, those are the kids that we bring into the program. It's not about how skilled you are,
No.
if you're a 5-star, 4-star, 3-star, how much publicity, where you live at, silver spoon type shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We just want you to come out there and work hard.
Effort is everything.
Because I can't teach you heart. But if you got heart regardless, like we can go out there with a whole squad that's underneath 5'5". A whole squad underneath 5'5" and go out there and win.
Yeah, I seen it.
By double digits,
I've
all
seen
because of the heart. Y'all gonna take us lightly because we small.
Everything. Yep.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
get off my leg up, man.
And again, the heart. That's why we say all heart, no fear.
That's the next question. Don't get
Yeah, see, I'm nice with it. You see how I transition?
Yeah, I like that. So
Yeah.
how did y'all come about all heart, no fear, family strong? Man, how did y'all come up with
Man,
that?
for me, it's my military background, the way I grew up, the way my parents raised me. You know, if you come from a Samoan culture, man, it's like you gotta take it, man, when they give it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You gotta take when I know y'all get the beatings now, but we get the beatings.
Yeah.
All right.
I got some friends.
And I had a couple friends, man. They thought they knew what a beating was until they came into my house, man, and see my pops whoop up my brothers and stuff. And they're like, yeah. It's like, I don't know about sleeping over no more.
Yeah,
You know, but
y'all come to my house, man. Come to my house.
yeah,
man.
but that all heart, no fear, man. It just basically tells everybody that it don't matter who steps on the court.
Right.
I'm gonna give you my all. I'm gonna give you my 100. I don't care how tall you are. I don't care how skilled you are. When I step on this court, you got to deal with me. I ain't got to worry about you. You got to worry about me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And the guys that are around me, now you got to worry about us as a family. So us together makes us family strong.
Mhm.
So that's what we came up with, that all heart, no fear, family strong.
Mhm.
And it just sat with us. But our motto is, you know, we're not a club.
Okay.
We're a family.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are like, oh, join our club, join our program.
Yeah, you hear that a lot with these youth programs.
But when we started it, man, it became a trend. And then everybody all of a sudden, family this, family that.
You know
You
what?
know, and even LeBron came out with the family.
See, look,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's what, like, I feel like everything or some things that I've done or me and him did, I seen other people starting to jump on that bandwagon.
See, but this the thing about that. That's beautiful.
I like that
You
though.
inspire
You inspiring other people to change their
Yeah.
mindset. Like, oh, they doing something right. Maybe I can
Yeah.
try to do. So I'm not hating
Yeah.
on those type of people.
Because the
I
trend,
like
man.
showing them a different way.
Yeah, so I switched that family
Mhm.
into Aina, which means the same thing, but in Samoan.
I like that.
So
I
that
like
way,
that.
now you ain't
Right.
gonna
So
see
a
the
lot of
family
them
no
don't
more. You're gonna
understand.
see Aina,
Okay.
which still means family, but it's just in another.
But it was
language.
our way of still being original and keeping our principle.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because when we first started it, we was getting blown out. We was getting smacked. Our kids wasn't that good. Like, again, we got hood kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
So trying to teach them to play fundamental basketball with
Structure,
referees, and it's a structure to it indoors instead of just outside.
Running around.
Who got the most heart? Who the strongest? Who ain't no punk type stuff.
Yeah.
Like out here is really skilled.
Okay.
So to teach them that, we took our lumps and bruises,
Mm-hmm.
and
Brush your mouth.
In
get
that-
back up.
that is where we learned who we were and what we was gonna stand on.
That's the development stage.
And so we pushed with that.
Okay.
And so once nobody liked us, we was the laughing stock. You know what I'm saying? We was the bad news bears when we was losing.
Yeah.
These people love it.
But
I feel you though.
a few months later, them same teams that was whooping our ass, now we were beating them.
Well, they wanted to join you. Like,
Yeah,
Like, remember you were
it's-
saying that you had you guys were going against schools. I'm not schools, but
team.
teams
right.
that had like, you know, no minorities on the team.
Yeah.
I seen some of those teams, like
Some of those kids came.
some of those kids came to y'all program.
Yeah,
So their parents
so those-
pulled them and put them in y'all program.
Yeah, there was a point where
That's amazing.
we had white kids, we had like straight up Japanese kids.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
these are privileged kids, but there were kids that wanted to learn how to play basketball a different style.
Right.
They were tired of this whole the training thing where I got to pay to do dribble, cross, between the cones, side. Like they wanted the physical part of basketball.
Yeah.
And that's what we were given. We were given the fundamentals of basketball, the street ball
Right.
type. And that's what they were lacking. Parents telling us, man, that's what my kids don't have. They don't have that physicality.
To get somebody,
They scared to get hit.
Yeah.
So,
man.
and in the beginning when we first started, man, we had the Japanese kids, the white kids.
I remember.
And it was
I was at
good.
their practices.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they was good too.
Yeah.
Fundamentally sound.
Yeah, but as soon as, you know, once you get to a certain stage, like once you get to high school, you follow whoever coach it is that you're going to play for in high school. And then usually a lot of times those coaches, they become selfish.
Mhm.
And they tend to like, oh, if you don't stick with me, then you're not going to play at all.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Even if you come to my high school. So if you plan on coming to the high school that I'm coaching at, you're going to play for me.
Right.
for me.
Yep.
So, and that's.
So it becomes more about
Yeah.
them instead of the kids.
So now that's how a lot of these kids, they play for multiple teams now.
Because they understand, like now, like one thing I understood even with me, that happened with me. A lot of these coaches, like you said, they playing for themselves to win and all that. When the truth be told, this whole thing is for these kids.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our time has been passed.
right.
So we trying to put them in the best position to go to school, to get scholarship money, or just to go to a private school for free or something like that.
Yeah.
So
That's why we say student athletes.
Oh,
You're a student first.
Student
Gotta be a
first.
student
You're a
first.
student first. Being an athlete, if I get
That's a
hurt
privilege.
or anything happens, that privilege is taken away from me.
Yeah.
If only I get 5 scholarships and you get hurt preseason, why? And you tear an ACL or something, the recovery is a whole year.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lose that scholarship. I can't use you.
Right.
So what happens is I take that scholarship that I promised to you, now I'm gonna give to this next dude. And then now your parents start paying.
Right.
If your parents can't afford that, you gotta go downgrade JUCO, whatever, around the house,
Yep.
and hopefully next year things work out.
Right.
But now if I'm a student first and I get that academic scholarship, it don't matter what happens on that court, injury or not. You paying for my education.
I don't think that hurt when you said student athlete. You can get a student scholarship. Go ahead, say that.
Student scholarship. Academics.
Guys,
That's why we push academics first. You a student athlete. Student first. Worry about them grades first. The grades is, put it like this. I don't know if most coaches gonna tell y'all, but I'm gonna tell you since we're here. Any college you go to, just like in life, any job you go to, they go use you to make their program, to make their company look better.
Right.
So as they use you and get what they want, you use them and get what you want. If you want to play basketball or any type of sport, you get the academic scholarship. That way, at the end of the day, whether you play or not, you getting your degrees. They're paying for your education, and you getting it free. They using you, as you see, you can go 1 all the way to 4 years. They go sell games and jerseys and tickets and everything else with your face, with your number on it, and they gonna make millions and millions of dollars off of it, and you don't get nothing. If you do, you're disqualified.
Unless you go to USC or UCLA.
So what you need to do is use them. So they want your talent, I want your education. So at the end of the day, whether you care about me being injured and want to take away my scholarship for playing sports, I still got a scholarship on the education side. So now I'm getting my education paid for. So now I don't have to go home. Now it's not on my mom and dad, the community, my aunts, uncles, everybody that love me to try to pitch in and pay for books and tuition and stuff like that. The school is paying for that, just for you to go to their school. So if they go use you, use them. And let them pay for that. And on the backside, you get to play whatever sport it is you love.
Oh, that's what it is.
Student athlete.
Student first.
Yep. I like that. And then, I'm gonna end it off with this though, man. So if there's any game y'all would like to give the kids, you know, for the next generation coming up, like any game y'all want to like, you know, drop a little knowledge on them, let them know like what they shouldn't do. You know, we've been doing that this whole podcast. You know what I'm saying? Something to kind of end it off though, like you can sum it all up in like one like statement. What would it be?
For me, man, I think in life, man, if basketball is not where it ends up for you guys, you know, there's a lot of other things in life that you can become. Like I went to the military, and
How many years you do, boss man?
I did 12 years in the
12
Army.
years.
I'm an engineer.
Respect.
What you
And,
say?
You know, and that's where the name Frontline came from, you know, just to honor all the best, like I said in the beginning. But I could have played sports. I got a scholarship for volleyball. Could have played football, basketball, you know, but,
We got that menacing boy.
you know, I decided to go to the military. And then being in the military, it opened up a lot of opportunities for me because I went in as an engineer. So I got all the training to become an engineer.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I came out, job opportunities were opening up for me when I was in school.
Okay.
So on top of that, not only was I going to school, they were paying for me to go to school.
What you say?
So the benefits that you can get if you don't want to become a student athlete or it just doesn't pan out for you, there's a lot of opportunities out there. Being a small business, just being an entrepreneur.
Right.
You know, like since I've been out, I've started Frontline.
Mm-hmm.
I started a catering business.
There you go.
You know,
too.
My cousin's catering. You know what I'm saying? And I'm getting
T-shirts.
I'm getting ready to do T-shirts with my boy Leon. Shout out to Leon Anthony, Relentless.
Shout out to Leon, man.
Shout out.
Yep, and he's been doing a lot for this program and these kids. He does a month. Every month he sponsors a kid with shoes. That's his thing that he does.
That's
for the kids in the program.
I would love to be a part of that. I ain't gonna, yeah, I would love
That's
to be
what
a part
it's
of
about.
that.
The kids when it comes down to it.
Yep.
Yeah.
And with that, me and Coach Herb, we started running with that. Like we started giving away merchandise for kids that do well in games, MVP.
Mm-hmm.
If a team wins a championship, we do like limited edition jackets.
Yeah, see,
Like
I'm trying to play with y'all.
Operation 101. Like
we
we had a situation where we got all the way to the championship. Kids stoked, so we gave them a task.
Yeah.
Y'all score 100 points. Y'all get your own stuff just for y'all, the ones on this team. We end up winning 101 to like 30, 40 something. You know what I'm saying? And so they got their own Frontlines limited edition hoodies with the Operation 101 on the shoulder, the whole nine. So that way, and that was what, years ago.
Yeah.
But you wear that now, or they see that now kids is like, damn, where'd that come from?
Yeah.
And so it's a story behind it.
Yeah.
But again, giving them a goal to reach, and they go out there and accomplish it, we got to look out for it.
I ain't gonna, that's beautiful, man. Because I tell people, when it's a award or it's something at stake, people work hard.
They
like,
work hard.
Really hard.
I got kids that now they don't even want to miss practice because I started doing player of the month.
Oh, yeah.
See, friendly competition is beautiful.
You know, you get like, I give out hoodies that parents pay like $35 for. Mm-hmm. These kids get it for free just for showing up and doing work.
Yeah.
You know, and that's a reward for them. To kids, man, they love that stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll always work hard, man, as long as they know like they're gonna get something in return.
Yeah.
Right.
But
I ain't even gonna lie, adults like that stuff too. They might not admit
it.
Because when you get to adult, you work hard, they still probably don't give it to you.
We get that bonus.
Yeah.
We get that raise.
Hey,
but that's what we try to teach kids, man. Like in the program, it's like you do good things, great things happen.
Right.
You know
do what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, do what you're supposed to do. You know, and that's why we've been successful, man, since 2016.
Yeah.
When we decided we're gonna branch off and just take care of the kids that need to get taken care of.
And we've been offered to, go to other programs and stuff like that, but all those programs is folded.
Yeah.
And those same coaches that jump ship,
The vision's not the same.
3, 4
They
different
jump ship
programs.
because they didn't build that program. Y'all build it, y'all program from scratch.
That
They
foundation.
want a piece of it. Y'all build it. You know, y'all went through the bumps and bruises and all of that. So it's like, it's y'all baby. It means more to y'all than it would ever mean to them, because they just want to be a part of it. No, we built this. This is ours. So
the crazy thing is, like, you get sponsors, and the reason why a lot of these teams break apart is because sponsors get in the way. Nike, Adidas, you know, and it's good.
It's nice.
It's good, but then they ruin your foundation.
That's bad.
Because
the fact.
so then they'll come in, they'll be like, all right, we'll sponsor you guys, but then this is what you guys got to do.
No, see, this is the crazy thing. Y'all don't even need the sponsors. Y'all make your own clothes. Y'all make your own stuff. So it's like
own fundraisers.
It's nice, Nike, thank you and all, but no thank you. Because if y'all gotta split, you know, just go
if you want to support our kids, if we gotta win a certain amount games, like, because now you're just putting all the pressure on winning.
Right.
So then now I can go take this 5-star guy from here and this guy from here and this guy from here, put them all together and just be about winning.
That's not what it's about.
But that's not what it's about. It's about the kids. It's about teaching them morals and character and family and all the other stuff that come with it.
Right.
So you can't get lost in the sauce. You can't.
It happens a lot.
That foundation got to be strong. And if our foundation wasn't strong, we'd be lost just like a lot of other programs.
Look at these professional athletes, man. They sign these big contracts, but the minute they mess up, man, they take that all away, like that.
Oh, really?
Like Kobe lost his Adidas contract because of the scandal.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Vick lost his endorsement over a dog fight. So it's a hit or miss. You know what I'm saying? As long as they make their money off of you for a short period of time, they okay with that. They don't care about you, man. They care about the image.
And as coaches and mentors, we'd be stupid if we go down the same trail. Exactly. They got that trap right there.
Because that's another good lesson you can teach the kids too. Don't sell your soul for a buck, man. Because your family come first.
Always.
Your family.
That's why these kids, man, they always run back, man, and they always open arm, man. I'm here. I know.
Because we didn't have a lot of kids, you know what I'm saying, that been part of the program. And, you know, you kind of look over the fence and see that grass a little greener.
You think it's green.
So you get over there and you realize that they don't care for you the way Frontline care for you.
Right.
So then it's like, damn, like, pride, do I come back? So I try to inch back and little by little come back. And, you know, we family. Yeah. And just like any other family, they venture out, let them venture out. You give them more obstacles to overcome to come back. Right. So that way they appreciate it a little more. Right. But you still accept them because family's family. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, you ain't gonna always do what I feel is right.
Right, exactly.
You ain't gonna always do what I would do.
Right.
But you know where your home is.
Individuals, you know where home is.
Right.
So you gonna go out there now. If you go 10 yards, you go 5. I'm gonna make your 5 turn into 10 and your 10 turn into 20 to get back home, but you know where home is.
Exactly.
So now next time you'll be a little more hesitant to leave home or to make sure you're doing what's right before you leave home.
Exactly.
Because a lot of these programs gonna tell you, you 6'6", you 6'8", oh, you can come into my program and be the man. You know, you're the number one option. You got the green light.
Feed you pipe dreams.
And you get over there and you understand that I done told that to the last 6, 7, 6, 8 motherfuckers I ran into. So they all think they got a green light.
Right.
So now you over there, you back in the worst position that you was in. Instead of being the number 2 guy over here, you're the number 10 guy over here.
Exactly. Because you joined a ranked team.
You know what I'm saying?
You joined the team you wasn't even supposed to be a part of.
Right. So stay home. Man, when we turned that corner from getting our ass whooped to actually whooping ass to programs dropping out of tournaments and stuff because they didn't want to see us.
Hello.
And man, this brother here got offered a whole lot to take my son and his son and take our coaching talents. How LeBron went to South Beach, boy, those athletes come to South Beach.
I'm glad y'all did.
I know. I know.
We knew the foundation, and we knew where we come from and the loyalty. I can't tell you that your son is good. I'm gonna work with him. If you bring him on the program, we'll do this, this, and this. He can be something nice.
Right.
And then you come to me and tell me, hey, you and Coach Seth, bring y'all kids over here. I pay y'all X amount. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. Free reign, coaching, the whole nine. And we jump ship.
Right.
But then that leaves you and your kids just out there.
See,
So we always had that foundation. We always had the loyalty to ours.
Right.
And so we got ones from the mud that we started with. And still with us.
Still rocking with us.
What's his name?
Still with us.
I remember
Bernard.
him. He was a beast.
No.
Yeah.
Man, shout out Bernard, man. Boy,
I remember my first. I remember our first practice with him. He was solid. Like, he didn't really have the fundamentals, but that one practice, I think I taught him like one move, and he did it the whole practice, and he like bodied the hell out of me. I'm like, yeah, I ain't sticking him.
And like we went to AZ, right? So it was in Arizona. We had our kids that started the program with us, Frontline,
Yeah.
that through the process moved to Las Vegas.
Yeah.
We go to Arizona. The shit's so genuine and real.
Fly them over.
Flew them from Vegas to Arizona to play in the tournament.
Ooh.
That's what we mean by Frontline and Family Strong.
We everywhere, man. No matter
You know
where
what I'm
you at,
saying?
what state you in, when we in the tournament and you part of the family and you want to play, we're going to figure out a way for y'all to
Yeah.
See, I ain't gonna lie. I wish I had coaches like that.
That's what I'm
Saying,
saying.
we done rented 15 passenger vans. What, 3, 4 of them?
Hey, we gone. Yeah,
Just to make sure everybody get there.
they got to ride.
Parents, kids, the whole nine.
That's what's
Yeah,
up.
they gotta watch out, man, because I'm branching out, man. I got Washington on my hit list.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, we finna be Frontline branched out.
so
There
Crawford,
you go.
Nate
Sacramento,
Robinson, whenever you wake
Fan
up, Nate.
Biz,
There you go.
All right, Jamal Crawford, we coming, man.
Matt Barnes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Matt,
Man,
man.
I ain't gonna lie. It's
I love
gonna
it,
get to that level, because like I said, when the foundation's strong and people can buy into a brand with it's sincere, they're always gonna stay there. They're always gonna think about it. They always gonna come back, even like you said, if they merge away and they see that things wasn't green on the other side, y'all had them big arms come back to the family.
Yeah. For anybody out there, like in other cities other than here, that got the same situation that we got going, it's not hard to start up a program
At all.
and get these kids right, man. You only need one team, 5 players to get it rocking.
There you go.
And then you build your empire from there, man. Like, don't let nobody down talk you about not being able to do something, man, because we did it, man. We started from 6 players
Yeah.
to now we got 10, 12 teams, boys and girls,
For real.
100 kids, man. So it's possible, man. Like, God provides, man. He'll always
Most
bless you, man,
definitely.
as long as you continue blessing others.
Yeah. God first, family after. And I put Frontline up against anybody. Anybody. Give me your 5, I got my 5. I put my 5 any day.
Hey,
So any of y'all watching this, holla at me, holla at us. I'm telling you, bro, we got it. Any state, wherever you at, any country, holla at us. We got a squad for you. You got a tournament, let us know.
Hey, shout out to the squads too, man, that helped us out in the beginnings, man.
Oh, yeah.
That helped whooped our butts and then, you know,
Made y'all better.
made us better. Fast break, man. Brother Joe, Barry, Mercadale, with Henry.
Yeah.
Who else, man? We used to always play a bunch of those teams, man. Squad, you know,
Yeah.
even
Let us get in certain
man.
tournaments and stuff like that.
NRG with McGee, you know, shout out to you guys, man, because without y'all, we would have never been on the map.
Yeah, because, man, they gave us opportunities for real.
That's
let our kids get out there. And it was times they whooped our butt. It was times we got them. But the love never stopped. Like, it was still genuine.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was other teams that complained, and they still had our back. Like, nah, like, these teams, like, Frontline legit.
They solid.
See, but that's the thing, though, and that's why I like all the, the programs, because at the end of the day, it's all about these kids, man. Like I said, we had our time. It's daytime now.
Stop living through your kids, yo.
Yeah, man.
Mentor them, guide them, show them the right path because these schools ain't doing it. Now your kids doing school on the computer.
Man,
Go ahead and teach your kid how to really move in this world and society. But I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up though. But go ahead and let them know how they can reach out, man. Like, anything coming up, you know what I'm saying?
Our website, man, www.frontlineainga.com. We on the website, man. Go ahead, check that out. Check out the program, everything that we got going. Our Instagram, Frontline Ainga. We got Coach Herb, myself. All right, that's always on there watching it. If you guys decide you guys want to donate, I know we said we don't ever want to take the sponsorship from Nike, but y'all want to donate some stuff, man.
Yeah, we'll
got
take
a bunch of kids that want to take it. Under Armour, Adidas, Pumas, I don't care, man. It don't matter. New Balance. All right.
It's for the kids,
Yeah,
that's
for
all.
the kids.
I ain't gonna lie.
All love.
A Puma sponsor would be beautiful. They
As
show
long as
love.
100, as long as it's about the kids.
Exactly. As long as it's about the kids, we'll take it.
And before we leave, you parents that's out there supporting your kids, understand it's about these kids. So y'all with the 6U and the 9-year-olds and the 12-year-olds that out there in the stands turning up, trying to fight and make a big deal out of playing time and stuff like that. Your kids ain't going to the league tomorrow. So let's kill that. Let these kids learn. Let these kids be kids. Let them get better so that way they can appreciate the growth where they started at, where they at, and where they go get to. Too many games that we at, and these parents is turning up like it's not a 9U game. At 9 years old, you can't even go to the NBA tomorrow. So chill out. Let's let these kids get better. Invest in your child. When you do that, it's a lot better for your kid. We do what we can, but at the end of the day, the parents gotta invest in your child. We do whatever we can to help out. But we need parents to make sure y'all invest into your kid. Whether it's financially, whether it's just showing up to practices, whether it's telling them they doing good, whether it's working out with them when they're at the house, anything. The support from the parents is key. We do what we can do, but ultimately they spend more time with the parents. So we need y'all to do your part so we can do ours. Frontline strong, baby.
Frontline strong. I feel it though, man. You got anything to let the people know, my brother?
Got anything said?
Nah, man. Go Bruins, man. Kill them Trojans.
Go Bama, y'all. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
My Canes lost.
Frontline.
Hey, but it was another episode of Bossa and Smokez. You know, I appreciate y'all for coming through, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, I really do. You know what I'm
saying?
saying? I see y'all most definitely soon. I'm gonna put y'all links in the bio so everybody can, you know, they can donate, they can see what y'all doing with the squad. You know, show some love, show some support. Damn, I can't talk. But it's all good though.
That's that, down south swing.
See, look,
But yeah, hey,
hey,
anybody that want to support, want to help out, all this is nonprofit. Me and Coach Seti do this out of our pockets. Feel me? We ain't looking for no handouts, no none of that. So whatever the kids may need, we make sure we do what we can, hold fundraisers, cookouts, the whole 9 yards. We sell plates.
Sure y'all show up too and eat some good food.
Yeah, hey, that
the best
food.
chicken in Long Beach.
Got one coming up too. Look out for it.
So we gonna put it out there, but yeah, all the support, whatever y'all can do, we much appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? And the kids for sure go enjoy it. And we gonna make sure anybody that support, we gonna shout y'all out. And kids gonna make y'all proud, man, because we don't do nothing but win. I don't know about DJ Khaled, because all we do is win, but that's what we do, man. We win.
Yeah. All heart, no fear, man. I'll take a shot.
No fear.
You know what I'm saying?
Take a shot.
No, hold on. We ain't taking no shots.
Yeah.
It's right.
Yeah, let's go on and do this right. Let's end this right.
We just gonna end this right on the, good pause, make sure we toast up. We want everybody to enjoy their week, man. Make sure if you are drinking, do not drive. Give your keys to your girlfriend.
I got an Uber outside.
Or call an Uber. You know.
Call him Uber. Everybody got Uber. See? Coach over here.
See, Coach drinking. So
Somebody got
straight
to
responsible.
somebody got to be responsible.
Yes, sir.
All right, y'all. Love y'all. You know what I'm saying? Tune in to Family Smokes for next week's episode. Baltimore University. All the other crazy nonsense, man. Y'all be safe. We love y'all.
And we out of here,
Be
man.
safe. Wear your mask.
Oh, yeah. Wait a
I heard you can get a ticket in some places. You don't wear a mask. Misdemeanor. Be careful. All right. We go.
Shout out all the Karens.